You wake up, but it doesn't feel like morning. Your body is heavy, your heart is racing, and it's as if you didn't sleep at all, even though you clocked in a full 8 hours. No alarms, no notifications, just silence. Yet somehow your body feels like it's been through a battle. Not the kind you remember, the kind you can't quite explain. You stretch, trying to dismiss the tightness in your chest. Maybe it's just stress, you tell yourself. Maybe it's work, or life, or the world. But something doesn't add up. Because this tiredness, it isn't just physical. This anxiety, it isn't just mental. There's something deeper, something beneath the surface draining your energy even when you're doing nothing at all. And here's what's worse. You used to feel safe in your room. It used to be your sanctuary, a place of rest, peace, and comfort. But lately, that comfort has turned cold. You wake up between 2 and 4 a.m. over and over again. The time when the night feels the heaviest, when silence becomes unsettling, when a chill fills the air that no blanket can warm. Something feels off. You don't know what, but your soul knows something's wrong. This isn't a ghost story. This isn't about superstition. And it's definitely not about fear. This is about spiritual awareness, about a reality many of us ignore, especially in the one place we should be the most spiritually secure, our bedrooms. Let's walk through 6 things that may be quietly disrupting the peace in your room, your heart, and your connection with Allah without you even realizing it. Some are objects, others are habits. All of them matter. By the time we reach number 6, you'll see your room with new eyes and maybe, just maybe, feel your soul exhale again. 1. Spiritual decor that isn't so innocent. It starts off innocent. A friend gifts you a dream catcher. You hang it above your bed because it protects from nightmares. Maybe you bought a piece of wall art that promises to ward off bad vibes or invite abundance. It's colorful, beautiful, positive. But here's the problem when you start feeling safer because of that object. When you start believing that thing is protecting you, the line between aesthetics and belief starts to blur. In Islam, protection doesn't come from beads, threads, or symbols. It comes from Allah alone. We've seen it in our cultures for generations. Blue eyes to ward off envy, peacock feathers, horseshoes, little trinkets that are supposed to keep bad energy away. And we never questioned it. But maybe it's time we do. Because the moment your heart starts to rely on anything other than Allah, even subconsciously, you've given power to something that has none. Most of these items have deep roots in pagan beliefs, energy rituals, or spiritual systems that completely contradict Tawhid. And you may not even know where it came from, who created it, or what intentions were behind it. But now it sits above your bed, night after night, absorbing your unspoken trust. Decor isn't forbiddance. Beauty in your home is not harem. But spiritual dependency on anything other than the Creator is a serious matter. So before you decorate, ask, is this object pulling me closer to Allah or pulling my trust away from Him? 2. Thrifted or secondhand. Items with a hidden past: that antique mirror from the marketplace, the vintage chair from Facebook, the rustic lamp from a thrift store that added the perfect aesthetic to your corner. You bought it because it looked nice, but you didn't ask where it came from, who used it, what it was used for. And in the unseen realm that matters. In a hadith, the Prophet Muhammad advised us to shut our doors and say the name of Allah when entering, because the shaitan cannot open a door that Allah's name has been mentioned upon. If just forgetting to say Bismillah invites shaitan, what about an entire object that may have been involved in rituals, used by someone in spiritual darkness, or kept in a house where Allah was never remembered? Spiritual energy clings. Sihr, magic, envy, and jinn attachment don't always show themselves with flickering lights or strange sounds. Sometimes it's subtle. You feel anxious in your room for no reason. You snap at loved ones. You struggle to concentrate during prayer. Your sleep feels disturbed. Your dreams become confusing. And the source could be sitting quietly in your room. This isn't superstition. This is spiritual sensitivity. It's a reminder that your room is your sanctuary, and not everything secondhand belongs in your sacred space. If an item makes you feel uneasy, trust that feeling. Cleanse it with dhikr. And if it still feels off, let it go. Peace of mind is more valuable than the price tag of vintage decor. 3. Crystals and energy. Stones that replace faith. It starts with curiosity. A friend tells you to keep rose quartz in your pocket for love, or someone gives you amethyst for peace. You tell yourself it's just a trend, just decoration. But the more you see it on Instagram, in candles, on spiritual TikToks, more you start to wonder, what if it works? And that's when the shift begins. The crystal goes from an object to a source of protection, calm, attraction. You start assigning it power, even if you don't say it out loud. And that's where the danger lies. In Islam, placing your hope in creation instead of the Creator is a betrayal of Tawhid. The Prophet warned us, whoever wears an amulet has committed shirk. And while a crystal might not be an amulet, in form, if it serves the same purpose in your heart, the risk is the same. Let's be clear. Islam doesn't deny the natural world. Allah created minerals, stones, and everything in between. But the moment we believe something has power independent of Allah, or treat it like it holds our emotional or spiritual well-being, we've crossed a dangerous line. You don't need moon rituals or vibration charts to heal. You need sincere, quiet dua. You need trust in the one who heals hearts without crystals, clears minds without incense, and answers your whispers before you speak. Point 4. Hidden symbols and art that quietly invite darkness. Not every pattern is harmless. Not every statue is aesthetic. And not every eye symbol is just cool. So many of us decorate our homes with art that looks beautiful but hides symbols rooted in paganism, occult ideologies, or spiritual systems that go directly against Islam. You might see an inverted triangle, a hand with an eye, a face carved into stone, and think nothing of it. It's just trendy. It's just vintage. But symbols are not just drawings. They're representations. And many carry meanings and energies meant to invoke or align with forces we're meant to seek refuge from, not decorate our walls with. You ever noticed how arguments start happening more often after you bring certain things into your home? How your sleep worsens? How your prayers feel distracted? We're quick to blame stress, lighting, or our own iman. But what if something you've welcomed in is spiritually resisting the light? Shaitan doesn't walk in wearing horns. He sneaks in through negligence, through aesthetics, through indifference, through the one thing you didn't question. Before you buy that new canvas or rug, pause, look deeper. If there's any doubt, it's not worth the risk, because the painting you proudly display might be silently inviting the very thing you've been trying to pray away. 5. Manifestation. Journals and the law of attraction. Lie, you walk into a bookstore and see a journal that says, "You are the magic." You think, why not? Writing goals is good, right? You begin writing things like, "I attract love. My soulmate is already on the way. I will be rich by 25. At first, it feels empowering. You feel in control. But slowly, it turns into a belief system. A belief that your words shape reality, that your pen is your power, that you don't need to rely on Allah, just your own thoughts. This is not harmless. This is not positive thinking. This is a spiritual trap that replaces dua with delusion. The core idea of the law of attraction is this: you attract what you believe you deserve. Islam says, you receive what Allah decrees through trust, effort, and prayer. Allah says in Surah Ghafir 40-60, "Call upon me and I will respond to you." Not write it into the universe, not speak it into existence. Call upon Him. Some of these journals go even deeper, adding rituals, candle spells, number repetitions. This is not self-help. This is a modern, soft-colored form of sihr, and most people using it don't even know it. Here's the scariest part. The more you believe you control your destiny with your words, the less you turn to the one who actually does. And when your manifestation fails, you don't blame the method, you blame yourself. And that creates a spiritual wound, one that pulls you further from faith and deeper into false hope. If your journal no longer leads you to dua, it's time to close it. What you seek isn't written into the universe, written by the one who owns it. 6. Dolls, figurines, and human images that block angels. You wouldn't think twice about a doll on a shelf, or a porcelain figurine from your childhood, or a painting with a human face. But in Islam, these aren't just decor, they're spiritual blockades. The Prophet said, "The angels do not enter a house in which there is a dog or images of living beings." Angels, the very protectors, bringers of mercy, and spiritual guardians we ask Allah to send, literally cannot enter your room because of what's inside it. You may not notice the effect at first, but it builds restlessness, irritability, spiritual distance, heaviness in prayer. And what's scary? You might think your iman is the problem, when the issue is that your room has been closed off from barakah. This is especially important when it comes to dolls passed down from family or bought secondhand. Some of them, in certain cultures, have even been used in rituals or symbolic practices before being sold. You don't have to burn it. You don't have to panic. But you do have to make a choice. Is it worth blocking the presence of Allah's angels in your space? Because when the angels step out, something else steps in. And it doesn't always knock. A final reflection. Your bedroom is more than a room. This isn't about fear. This is about awareness. The Prophet didn't teach paranoia. He taught mindfulness. Your bedroom is where your soul rests, where your prayers rise in whispers, where your tears fall silently in the dark. It's your most intimate space, and that makes it the most vulnerable. In today's world, where manifestation journals are sold next to prayer rugs, where crystals are marketed as healing, and where spiritual confusion is trending, it's no longer enough to just not believe in it. We must consciously protect our spaces and our hearts from what doesn't belong. You don't need to fear every item in your home, but you do need to ask yourself, is this item bringing me closer to Allah or inviting something else into my life? If this video gave you even one reminder, comment below. May Allah protect every home from hidden harm. And if you've ever experienced strange dreams, unsettling vibes, or unexplained heaviness in your space, share your story. You might help someone else find clarity in their confusion. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's free, but it helps us reach more souls who may be silently struggling in the dark. Until next time, may Allah protect your room, your home, and your heart from every unseen harm. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.